Daybreak Games opened up the beta on PS4 for H1Z1, a realistic battle royale game that became popular through its many reboots on PC, pitting 150 players against each other with solo, duo and 5-player team modes. It is a solid and entertaining game that ensures a healthy challenge. All players begin by airdropping into the map at random locations with nothing but the clothes on their back. They must scavenge for weapons, armor and other survival supplies as toxic gas closes in on the map over time, forcing players into closer proximity with one another until only one player or team remains. After participating in both the closed and open beta, here are my favourite and least favourite things about the newest competitor in the world of PS4 Battle Royales. In H1Z1, you have the ability to customize the look of your character and everything you pick up over the course of a match. Everything from the skins on guns and armor to the paint on various trucks and ATVs can be assigned, giving a fun incentive to keep playing and unlocking new items. You can also choose between male and female protagonists of various ethnicities, a feature that offers a present, albeit limited, way for players to express different identities. The PS4 mechanics for H1Z1 have been pretty streamlined from the PC version, and the crafting system has been removed entirely. It does not have the nuanced building element of Fortnite or the extensive length of PUBG battles, making it a more simple option that meets both games somewhere in the middle. However, its simplicity should not be dismissive of its challenging nature. Eliminating players is no easy task, as the small focal point on the camera and sensitivity makes it difficult to nail targets. And the base guns you can find in buildings at the start of the game will not stack up very well against guns and armor looted from special airdropped crates. There's nothing quite like an impending circle of dangerous green fog. With accompanying sirens that add a sense of urgency and stress to the game, it creatively pushes players together while remaining forgiving should you lag behind. The gas will not kill you immediately, but will instead wear away your health over time, meaning if you don't manage to get your ass into that safe zone right away, you still have a fighting chance. If you have this feature enabled, you will see a radar in the corner of your screen showing both you and your teammates' positions represented by colourful arrows, as well as the area surrounding you. You may also see the green circle indicating the safe zone if you are close enough to its perimeter. The scale of this radar drives me absolutely crazy, as the relative size of your own player's arrow and your teammates' position's arrows are oversized in comparison to the area around you, thus making everything look a lot closer than it actually is. On the radar, you may appear to be right next to the safe zone or a vacant vehicle, but in reality it could take you 5 minutes worth of running in one straight direction to come even close. This is also frustrating because many times it will place you and your teammates' arrows completely on top of one another, even if you're a great distance apart, making it difficult to see your own position and identify which direction you are running on the map. This can be the difference between safely running away from the toxic gas and into the safe zone, or running straight towards the gas. Many times you will have to open the full map mid-game just to confirm you're on the right path, as the tip of your arrow in movement will be eclipsed by your teammates on the compass. Most of the maps in H1Z1 look pretty identical to one another, with the common elements of hills, midwestern countrysides, and expansive plains you are doomed to run across for days if you're not fortunate enough to find a vehicle. Many times the maps are so large and empty you can easily last for 10 minutes or so in a game without ever seeing another soul. While I have no real complaints about these maps, despite my disdain for sprinting continuously across the great expanses for no reason, it would be nice to see a bit more diversity offered. I understand that the toxic gas and the shrinking safe zones call for a larger area to begin with, but it would be nice if just one or two of the maps were much smaller and more chaotic for players who prefer the shorter games, instant action, and less time spent in transit. It would also be nice to have some maps that offer more colour or pleasing scenery rather than the dull and depressing landscapes of the current selection. There is nothing particularly inviting about these maps that are available, and it is hard to feel connected or immersed in the environment when the terrain is so unremarkable. This game still has some work to do in terms of delivery, But the good news is that these fixes can always be patched in. In the past week I've played both the open and closed beta and experienced occasional server issues with both. Certain loading screens last extremely long. The most recent loading screen I witnessed lasted 15 whole minutes, only produced an error message at the end of it saying it could not connect to the server. Sadly, this was not my first experience with this. There are also other minor bugs in the game that need refining, such as glitchy X icons that flash erratically when you ride in the passenger seat of a car, players not receiving packs they purchased in their inventories, and various controls and buttons not functioning as they should, or in some cases, not at all. The full version's set to release later on this year, and let us know what you think. Have you jumped onto the open beta? Remember to subscribe for all the latest news here on COG.